Okay, I feel like should be definitely this should be recorded. Yeah. Guess what side I'm on? The WhiteHouse.gov side. And guess what I looked up? Joe Biden in public. It says live White House. White House live. Where? Where is it? Where is it? Where are they? Oh, for the record, am not an alcoholic. I do not drink every day. That's why I was so special when I did this. Hold on. Wait for it. I'm gonna carry something bigger. Did you read this? Drunk Nina Howell quantum tunnels to Elon Musk and tells him how she hits on him in the future. This is all imagined. This doesn't actually happen. If it does happen, it's not enough. It's not enough to get the attention of a great. So that is actually not the plan, and I will never ever do that. And then I'm gonna drop little ones. I might do that. I might get someone that looks like me to do that as a prank, and then I'm actually the at the end of the card crumbs. I don't know. I'm so embarrassing. So I don't care how embarrassing I am. I'm a fan, okay? And then yes, I'm looking for this White House press release, press video. Aren't there any videos from today? Live White House. Where? There are no live streaming events. Oh, I guess I should have read that. Okay, Joe Biden delivers primetime speech. This happened, that's September 1st. We're not going back that far. Hell no. Hell no. Public 2023. 3 hours ago. What's this? Where is it? You guys won't let me watch things like that anymore, or what? Biden says he was surprised to learn government records, blah, blah, blah. Well, look at Joe Biden's first 2 years in office, blah, blah, blah. Signs the White House is beginning to shift document strategy. Okay, this was only 3 days ago, so. And there's no video, so I can't disturb. Oh, wait. But wait, there is. Okay, I'm going to say Mega Millions. I'm going to just say Powerballs again, like I did last time. That's if he talks. Hold on, wait for it. Okay, eventually I would like to send messages from the future that are important and classified or confidential. With a script.
This week, I'm talking to Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
I think that would be the best, the coolest job.
And Adina Menzel. I want to spend some time talking about Let It Go.
Who's talking to? Take a listen to President Biden's reaction last year when he was asked on.
We're gonna say Powerballs, guys. We're gonna say Powerballs. I don't know if they can hear me.
How that could possibly happen.
Powerballs.
How anyone could be that irresponsible.
January 20th. Powerballs.
What data was in
Mega
there
Millions. Mega Millions for 20th. Mega Millions. January 20th.
Now we learned that President Biden
Did he hear me? Did he not hear me?
classified documents,
There's no way
including
of
some
telling.
marked.
You know how I can tell when people can hear me? When the sound waves are possessed. In the atmosphere. Airplane, for example. Someone flew over in a helicopter. Don't think I don't know who you are, but I know that friends of mine, you will be my friends, flew over this area a couple times, circled a couple times. I don't know what you guys were looking for, but I want you to know that I know you were testing my radius. How did you like sounding like a helicopter telepathically? Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, I share my ability if I can hear basically possess the sound waves or manipulate sound waves telepathically. So all of my private thoughts are kind of in the atmosphere, and if anyone's paying attention or eavesdropping, they'll hear birds sound like me, airplanes sound like me, the wind sounds like me, the cars driving by sound like me. It just depends on like what I can hear. That's what basically sounds like me. And my frequency is a little different to listen to. It's extremely high pitched. If I'm like in a remote area, I'll sound like Mother Nature. I mean, that's the only way to describe the people that are actual telepaths that are eavesdropping on me. I don't know actually for sure if I'm a telepath or not, because my ability kind of goes beyond that, and I like influence the frequencies with a wave function that is on a quantum level, with the sounds that are around me. And I think that's why I'm the only one so far that I know who can send messages or think little packets of information, quantum particles, into videos into the past. I've pranked Hitler through his own Nazis. I do possess people. I did possess people to do that. I actually made a playlist of all the videos that I've watched and actually heard my presence. And it's the video playlist called Quantum. Where did I put it? Now I have a ton of playlists, don't I? Where is it? Oh, no. The Quantum Sanctuary is actually messages from the far future. I thought I had it in here. Anyway, it's called Quantum Tunnel Demos. Now I'm concerned. Where did that playlist go? What is this? What is this?
You know, like,
oh yeah, I'm listening to Lady Gaga. I forgot. A Quantum Sanctuary. Where is it? Uh-oh. I hope I didn't delete it. I think I might have deleted it on accident. One more time. Did I delete Quantum Tunnel Demos? Oh my gosh. Well, all of my liked videos are private, but there are 1.1 thousand. That's how many that I've actually, if I've watched it, I've said my name through those too. Like here. I love you, Lady Gaga.
I don't know if you've ever paid this much attention to my music. I do because I write it, but you ever get the feeling that I write about things that are bad for me?
I do get that feeling.
Like, if I'm not supposed to do it, I'm definitely writing about it, definitely trying to do it.
That's like okay, we all do that.
If it's a fire, I'm running to the fire.
Nina loves Lady Gaga.
But you know what doesn't get me really in that much trouble?
Okay. So I'm only gonna do that once on video, but that's how I know that they actually get my message. Right there. See? See? She heard me. Okay, through many people. It's like how Nina loves Lady Gaga. Who the heck is Nina? Okay, I'm Nina. What was the point of this video? Oh, so if you guys want to hear me, some tips on hearing me. Definitely use the older the better. So like use a concert from a long time ago. It doesn't really matter. It does take me a couple of seconds longer to travel to those or get particles through to those spaces, but it doesn't take any more energy than it would for me to send to a time that is like yesterday. So any live concert, it's better if you just make your videos while you're at a concert. Like, expect to win the lottery while you're at a Lady Gaga concert if you make a video and intend on hearing that message also at the same time. Or if there are loud sound waves around and I watch that video in the future, definitely going to be able to hear me through all of those sound waves. So if it's a really quiet place, it's very difficult to hear that quantum frequency. So the louder the better, the more people that are around you that don't know what you're actually getting a message about, the better. Or the louder, like machinery, AI, I've possessed the sound waves of intercoms, and actually took over, and my private thoughts have like gone through like baseball intercom announcements, like oops. I've had a lot of oopses. I've only been able to do this for 3 years. I've been playing with my body, basically experimenting with different videos, different platforms. I've started hearing my frequency, perceiving myself essentially in the past of movies. I was in the extras. I was like, why are my private thoughts in the extras? I really thought the government put a chip in my head when I was little at the first year, and until I got scanned in when I went to jail. They scan your body. There's no chips or anything in my head, metallic anyway. But I really thought that there was this technology. I thought I died, actually, went to hell. Like, I was really not religious, but I was very spiritual, and I was like, oh my god, did I die? Like, is this hell? Is this my hell? And then I was like, okay, I'm not in hell. I'm definitely alive. Like, I'm breathing. I got a heartbeat. And I'm like, whoa, is this a simulation? Like, is this like fake reality? Am I in suspension somewhere, like hypersleep? I thought that. It's just a quantum dimensional ability. It's quantum tunneling, quantum coherence, quantum entanglement. All of the quantum physics topics you can think of, that is basically what they're studying, is people and events like me. So, if you study that stuff, then you'll understand more about yourself. If you're starting to develop telepathy, especially, a lot of people are misdiagnosed with schizophrenia that don't have schizophrenia. They're actually hearing a quantum dimension of people who have telepathic abilities. And humans, I think, before the Ice Age, humans actually had the ability, like, it even talks about the Bible, how everyone could communicate. And then everyone had different languages and they couldn't communicate anymore. I think what God edited was our ability to communicate telepathically. And I think we communicated with images and sound waves rather than, like cuneiform, the first language. Cuneiform. The first language ever to exist. It looks like sound waves. See this? It looks like loud, and quiet, different octaves, loud and quiet. That's what it looks like to me. And like, I'll show you. You see this? Looks like that. In stone. And I think these are different, where the sound would come from. So it would come from above, the side, and in the middle, and then it makes this like sound. Anyway, frequencies, everything vibrates in this universe, on Earth. Everything vibrates at a frequency, and once your body starts evolving and becoming one with the planet, I believe that you will start developing quantum abilities. And that's just what I believe because I've experienced it. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't actually experience that. I would just say maybe, but I wouldn't actually believe it. Like, I really believe it because I actually experienced this reality. And it's just like, I think as the ice caps melt, all the bacteria and fungus and whatever was frozen there, it starts to get in the atmosphere, and it's quantum materials as well, and it's starting to activate people's genetic dispositions, like what's already in your body is just getting activated. Like, you can, bioengineers, that geneticists, they know that you can turn on and off certain parts of genes, and depending on mutations, if a genes mutate, then you can start. It's just like an octopus. An octopus at some point came out of the shell, stopped being a shell mollusk type of animal, and started to sense everything with its skin and its legs, and it started camouflaging itself. And like metamorphosizing. Like, if you've ever seen an octopus in action, it's basically the way I'm a metaphor for the way humans will start experiencing life if they just like, they're not in that little bubble anymore of the reality that you're programmed to be in. You just use your imagination, because it's the most powerful thing that you can ever use is your imagination. Einstein says that. And that's how humans start inventing stuff that doesn't exist, is they use their imagination. So it's time, it's that time again where we quantum leap. It's that time again where we're using our imaginations again. It's that time where we're tying science to actual beliefs and religions and saying, okay, well, this is what they meant. They just put it in a really simple way because it's the only way we perceived it at the time. Like, gods are humanoids with powers. Maybe they're not even human. Maybe they are, you know, invisible, like the squid. So, you never know. And so I hope that helps people make videos with my instructions. I put the instructions at the bottom. I really would rather set up a meeting, an appointment, and run or create a video with you, or at least get you started, because it's much... Six-year-old white female, Jennifer Burns. 9-year-old white female, Jessica Burns. Suspect is 60-year-old white female, grandmother. Ford Escape, license plate MTC609. I get those alerts. I take them very seriously. I also look at all the missing persons and I try to see if they're alive telepathically, because I can actually, if I have a picture of someone, I can hunt them down. If I see someone in person, I can talk to them remotely, and they will hear a voice and they won't know who it is, but usually I'm like, hey, I'm your neighbor. I'm not a weirdo. Be aware, also, some, not tips, but warnings. There are bad telepaths out there, and I learned that the hard way. I was actually attacked by my sister-in-law, Brandy Burleson. She's a telepath. She's one of those that pretends to be God, pretends to be angels, brainwashes people. That's why my kids are scared of me. Actually, she attacked them to help my ex-husband when we were fighting over custody of my kids, and she attacked them as me, pretending to be me, telepathically only. So my kids were very confused, and they're still confused because they don't have telepathy yet. So they just hear telepaths, because everyone has to hear those motherfuckers. But they don't have telepathy yet that I'm aware of. And so they can receive messages from me. I have been sending them messages through movies that I think they might be watching, or TV shows that I think they might be watching, just to tell them that I love them. So they are hearing my actual frequency through another means. Just because they can't hear me doesn't mean that I can't say I love you. So my kids know that I'm different. I can actually show them my whole hand by taking their vision away from them and show them what I'm doing. I can move their limbs remotely. I can do that with other people. And I know there are other telepaths out there that can do that. It's called quantum kinetic energy. But you are not in charge anymore. So people like that, be aware that they exist, that they're evil, that they know I'm not helping them, they know I'm not on their team. I like scary telepaths to protect kids and other people, but I don't like the ones that are violent, criminals that just don't work and live off the government and refuse to leave people alone who are talented. They try to copy people's work. They steal ideas. They steal patents even. Like, I know these people exist out there, and just stay away from them and know the difference. Like, know the difference between a really powerful telepath. You can actually smell when they show up. Me, I usually smell like something, and it doesn't stink. So, yeah, so good hygiene is very important if you're a telepath. Good hygiene is important if you're not a telepath. Just have good hygiene, or I'll ignore you even though you're a good person. What else? I can smell people when they are telepaths too. So I can walk in and look through other people's eyes. I know there are all kinds of things other people can do as well, but those people are not always bad, but there are bad telepaths out there. Just be aware that they're out there. They're trying to trick you. They're trying to lure you out. If anyone's trying, I would never say, meet me somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Like, fuck that. Don't ever do that. I would never lure anyone out to do stuff without it being on a digital platform where I'm like very, very direct about it, and I want you to see my face and I want you to know who I am. If someone's hiding who they are and they're trying to lure you out, that is a predator, not a friend. So tips to the kids, tips to the adults, stay away from those bad people and fight back. Like, just because they're telepaths, if you can hear them, then they can still hear you, and you can fight back by just putting your defenses up, imagining yourself with armor like a superhero. Give yourself powers in your head, because your imagination, you never know what will be activated if you just start believing in yourself. So and some people actually have these abilities and they just don't know because nobody says anything. So my kids, other people's kids, especially like young adults to like newborns, that generation, you guys are new. You guys are starting to develop quantum abilities more than the older adults. The old telepaths, by the way, especially racist ones, they do not want you to develop your abilities. They do not want you to have powers, because that scares them, because you don't think like they do. You don't think like traditional people. You think like progressives. Most of you do, and that's why they're scared of you and attacking you for no reason. So if you ever get attacked by a telepath, like I have, and people are pretending to be religious deities don't do that. They really don't. Deities are so beyond that they don't have time or energy. They spend time creating, because that's how they stay alive. You know how deities stay alive? People believing them, not people being terrified of an invisible creature. So there's a difference between deities and creatures, and I just call people evil telepaths creatures, because they're not really, they don't get the recognition because they pretend to be the devil and stuff. They're not even that. Like, the devil is known for blah blah blah. Like, that's just like a face that they put on, a mask. Like, do your history, read the books about quantum physics, stay tuned in with the science, and don't get bogged down or like brainwashed by some religious hack, because that's most of them. The older people are like religious hacks. And that's that. Those are my tips and advice, and I hope that everyone that got messages from me today and over the last couple of weeks and the last month, and the marketing campaigns that I've been using for the lotteries, results are working for you guys. And I can't wait to meet you when you finally do get paid, so you're ready to pay me. And remember, it's only 10%, and we can work out payments, like payment plans, if you're doing lump sums. So if it's like, if you're paid annually for over, so many years, then I only get paid annually over so many years. So it's whatever. I'm really easygoing about that, and understanding, like, everybody, everyone's trying to get one up so that they can survive this current atmosphere, which is a lot of the time negative. And unfortunately, I'm trying to be a light in that negativity and not a like a downer. So yeah, so I hope my videos are helping those of you out there who are like me, or who are aspiring to be, have quantum energy and develop that in your genome. Don't give up, because you might get gifts that none of us have. Everybody's unique in their own way. Happy Friday.